Hello, Affinity lovers. Welcome back to the show. I am so excited for this one because in the studio today, I have two very profound gentlemen that are going to give us truth unfiltered. And I'm very excited. Allow them introduce themselves. Yes.
I am Ditas Tashobya. I'm very blessed and honored to always be here to engage with us.
Thank you so much, Ditas. We're always happy to have you on the show. And besides me is
Paul Kanoti. Happy to be here.
Kanoti. Add some things that make you authentic on the show.
I'm a Christian. I'm a husband to Lindsay Kanoti. I am a father to Zoli, Zima, and Zed Kanoti. I am a computer scientist by profession. I practice with a company called Lock Telecom. I'm also an entrepreneur. I own a company called 236 Events.
Thank you, Paul and Ditas. These gentlemen are very intentional family men, husbands, fathers, and parents.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited about the topic that we are going to discuss because many of you are silently dying with it. And the topic is in-laws, managing in-laws in our marriage. Before I actually got married, I have a friend who called me. He was actually a friend and we were just talking about issues that didn't even concern marriage. Then he called me and said, Hudson, before actually you go, I want to tell you something. The family you are going to make is more important than the family you're coming from. At the time I was getting married, I understood what he said, but I thought maybe your story is different.
Yeah.
Because how do you start telling me the family I am just going to make is more important than the family that has watched me over these years and contributed profoundly to my wedding?
Who you are.
Yes, and as you grow into the marriage, you actually recognize that some of these statements are either true or not true. And because I have two intentional men here today, it is a question I want to pose to both of you, hoping that you guide our viewers who could also be maneuvering with questions in their heads and failing to find answers. Which of these families is the most important one?
Who should carry it away first?
I think, Paul, you should tell us.
Why are you putting us in a bad spot? Because now, if I answer it
This way?
the people this way
This
are
way?
going to
Hey, where do you
take
want
it
us to go
personally.
after here?
And that is why we are silent about the question,
Yeah.
but it is eating us up because, I mean, how dare talk about my mom? And you're still the man that I love. You understand? So I would rather keep quiet, but tell my other fellow ladies that Hannah, his mom can come to my nerves. You know?
Yeah.
So really, I want us to discuss in the intentional, biblical, and maybe guided way to understand really how should we maneuver around that decision.
I hear you. I think by the start of this discussion, it's important to answer your question by saying all families are important.
Very well.
Yeah. Otherwise, I might not return to my home or my home because both are homes, really, as well as her home. You know, so I think all families are important. Perhaps the question now goes to which family do I prioritize now that I seem to have three families, or two if you may, depending on the setup. Sometimes there are even many because there are those of us who have been raised by more than one household.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes even find you're more loyal to a certain household out of the 3 or 4 that raised you. So when you come to join your partner, you have a collection of people that you're answerable to.
That's true.
And then you also have this new husband or this new wife that you have to answer to. So the question is, which one is indeed to be prioritized?
Yes.
Note that which one is important.
Important. Yes.
If I look for importance, then it might bite us. So which one do I prioritize? And then I think to answer it, we would look to the first marriage. And the first marriage is for Adam and Eve. Did they have parents? Yes, they had our Lord and King as their parents. But therein, after their formation, the Lord says in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, that for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and shall be joined together and shall cleave. And there we see a principle, as much as these two did not have parents, but we see a principle that he works for the rest of us, for the rest of creation, which speaks to the element of living. And living speaks to a place for prioritizing, because once you live, you've not abandoned, you've not necessarily forgotten everything that is happening at your family, but I think it is speaking to the new priority, to the new family that you prioritize. So I would answer your question by saying, once a family has been set up, there is a new family to prioritize, and I would say the current household is the one I would prioritize.
Okay.
I don't know whether my brother agrees or disagrees. Over to you.
You're leaving me in the fire. That's how you've escaped it. You see, be careful with wise men. They will always have a way to the
I know.
But anyway, truth be told, whether it is my initial meditation or copying it from him, I was thinking about it's a question of priority. I think because even him, the question said, what is most important? Which one is more important? And when you bring in more, those words, the English, I may not take it there, it goes to priority. There's a man of God I was watching and listening to, and he made a metaphor. He said, when I look at my son, look back at my son, I look at what I was. When I look at my father, I look at what I'm going to be. And ever since he painted that picture in my head, many times I play it. I look at my boy. Many people feel the boy looks or resembles me, like fully. And yet people who know my dad know the boy resembles my father. So one time when I was meditating at how much this boy resembles my dad, because he does lots of facial expressions like my dad, everything. And the two love each other a lot. And so when I was doing that, I was like, where am I in this equation? Like, how do you come from here and then suddenly skip to him? And suddenly it hit me that I am in both. I noticed he is what I was, and he is what I'm going to become. Now, what does that and how does it relate to this? The family we come from, in my opinion, at the core, in essence, raises or should raise you to raise a family. So, if we are all to dig the essence of things, even the families we come from should say that now that we have raised you to this level, we now believe you're able to raise and run a family. So go and prioritize, go and make. That is the living and cleaving. Cleaving means to be joined to someone, to something, to connect something. It's true why I suspect this question sometimes stays around is the issues that come with trust and uncertainty. Where we are coming from is predictable because we've been there 25, 30 plus years. So you can predictably know he may say a tough word, but he loves me. He may refuse to give me money, but this is what you can predict them. Where we are going probably has a lot of uncertainty. And so man struggles in areas of uncertainty. But my take is priority should be because where you're coming from prepared you, made you what you are today. Where you're going or the family you have come to is a family that will make you. You have already become what you are. I think you need to focus, by all laws, focus on what you're going to become. And the family that you have made has a duty to make you. That's
because now you have established the living and cleaving. There is something I am interested in now. It's in the doing. Easier said.
We have the theory, we want the practical.
This man is here to just slice us into
Easier said
pieces.
than done. Now you see, from our different perspectives and cultures and relationships, we have equally been all raised and bonded with relationships over years that honestly, it is not enough to just tell me, live and cleave. It is what you're telling me. But now there is a bond. Let's say I am very, very close to my mom. And as we have grown, I'm a very technical man. I love technology. So entirely I fix most of the things where I came from.
Yeah.
So because of the advancement of technology that happens every day, my mom still needs me to fix most of the things at home.
Yeah.
But also because of the relationship that we have made, in as much as I have been raised to raise a family, I have also been in a place where I always seek guidance. And there are things that probably could happen in my house because my mom does them like that. Forgive me, but hopefully my wife is okay with me sharing this. Recently, we had a conversation and I was telling her, my mom knew how to put all the little money she would get together and she would feed 7 children.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the money I told my wife was so little compared to how much I give her, and I'm in a place of showing like you're mismanaging my resources. So my question is, why is it hard? The easier thing that you're saying of living and cleaving, why is it hard for us to emotionally let go of these families?
Yeah. I think change is a process. It's not an event. So just because you've wedded today does not mean that you immediately have it all figured out in life. And we are fallen men who are work in progress, who are being sanctified to the level that, up until the coming of Christ, that's when we shall be perfected. So while we are still here, we make the effort. So when you've just gotten married, there's definitely a lot that you have from your history that you are carrying on. You still love the way the food at home tasted. You still have the morals or the values that you picked at home. On Sunday after church, we use it to watch a movie or we use it to eat out. Sunday lunch, use it to be like this. That's the memory that you have. And because you're a human being, your memory can't just get erased just because you've married this person. Sometimes it can even be bad memory, where there's certain bad things that you carried on, and now your partner has to bear with you. So I would argue that it's not easier done in the sense that you're a human who has a memory, who has a lifestyle that has been worked out for 20 years. And then you've joined this other person also who has their same lifestyle. And now you have to make the effort to cleave, like my brother had leaned in. And cleaving includes creating or coining your new bridge now. So we have to make the effort to now do a new thing that will work for us. At your home, maybe every Sunday you used to go out, precisely because your father could afford. But now for us, Sunday, we have to see how to fidget in our budget. At your home, you use it to do certain things a certain way, so we have to see how to coin our new journey as we start out life. So I would say it's not easy as it would wish to be. And then when you bring in examples like how people use it to support the family, like the example that you've narrated, those things don't even go away. And I think what we are saying, even as we make the effort of prioritizing the new home, we are not saying that people should abandon their parents. No, that's not the call. The call is if there was a 911 call and there was an emergency at home and there was an emergency back at the old home I grew up from, we are trying to say there is a new household to attend to. And then the other one. But then there are going to be scenarios where there's an emergency the other side and there's no emergency here. So my mother wants me to go home and fix something. I ought to communicate well to my new boss, let her know that the old boss, the old boss has some assignments for me to do. So I think we can look at prioritizing in that manner.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I watched a preacher who was narrating about how when her son had just married, her son's wife now has the same name like the father.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
So one time they're in the same household.
Calls the father.
So the missus is bearing the same name, like you would
Yes.
say Mrs. Tumusime, you know,
Yes.
and then also the other one is Mrs. Tumusime. And so the lady is saying, she looked at the newlywed with eyes like, I've been a Mrs. Tumusime for almost 50 years and you're all here being called Mrs. Tumusime like you are the one who owns it. Really, about what you've shared, Paul, there are incidences when now the in-law, the other side, is the one who really the demands doesn't understand your decision according to how they have poured their life into you. They feel they are in a position where they still have to tell you what to do.
Yes.
I mean, they are everything you have, it's them. They are the roots. You're just making fruits over there in your new home. And they don't agree with what you call a decision to prioritize your family the other side. I'm really interested. Also, I'm asking for our viewers, really, how do you go about that? You're still respectful to your mother-in-law, to your father-in-law, but also there is when it is the demand from the other side. You want to honor your parents, but they still feel they are in charge of you. And they still feel they have to guide you. And sometimes the decisions that you think you're making that are right, as we are giving them here to people, there is a real fight where the parent says,
Yeah, yeah.
how do you really go about
Actually,
that?
Going back to the subject of our conversation, managing in-laws, it's quite even scary to mention. If the family, my new family, which I joined about 10 years ago, had even the subject, they would wonder, so you want to manage us?
Without even taking the management course.
Yeah, so from where we've been discussing from, I noticed that we have opened it from the place of me and my family that raised me. You know, I got married at about 27 years. So the family that raised me until I was 27 and, you know, allowed me to start a family with my wife. Now, the subject is even saying how to engage or manage the family I started with at 27, the family I've known now so far coming to 10 years. So now that's where even the conversation goes to. You're dealing with people you have actually not known, not grown up with. My mother-in-law recently was visiting us at my house and she brought something for us to eat. I may not even mention it here. You know, she brought it and whenever she comes home, she has the liberty around. So she was in the kitchen and made the meals that evening, you know. There we were, they served dinner and I showed up to eat and they told me what it is that we're going to eat. I am still asking for grace to taste. I haven't tasted, so thankfully she's a very gracious one. So she didn't really mind that I didn't eat, and the reason was simple. I told her it was the first time I ever had that people eat this. But the daughter and my children enjoyed themselves.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
But the issues you're talking about of outgrowing what you know or taking on new things, adapting is a struggle.
Yeah.
We have to, number one, the place of easiness. We have to appreciate nature, that we learn over time. And when we learn over time, we get to a time when we can be qualified to be masters in something. Your home had traditions that you practiced daily, routinely. Now, by the time you're 27, when I got married, you are really a master of those traditions or disciplines. Now that means that those come easy. Now, the fact that they come easy does not mean that they are the only ones that must take you where you're going. But they are sufficient to bring you here. They were good enough to qualify you to attract someone's daughter or someone's son. But then there's a book, I forget the author, forgive me, but the book says what brought you here will not take you there. Actually, it's not a may, will not take you there. But it speaks so much into leadership at work, and maybe you got a job with a degree. It's not what that degree won't take you to your next level in career. In other words, there's what you must adopt to go to your next level. You're 27, but you're supposed to go to 80. You came without an offspring, but you're supposed to become a father. You came without a wife, now you have one. You had a family of 5, now you're going to be a family of 20. So what brought you here may not take you there. You must appreciate that the meals you enjoyed and how you enjoyed life at home is not what is going to take you at 80, but at least you should appreciate that I'm supposed to go to a yonder place, I'm supposed to go to 80, I'm supposed to go to 50. And now you take on the shoes of what do I need to get there? And that's where you accept that it may not be as easy. It's going to be a process, as my brother said, but I accept that it's what I need. Therefore, you take on an attitude of learning. There's a conversation I was having with someone. We noticed in our engagement that in my home, ever since I was, meal time meant everybody at the table. Until everyone has sat, nobody dishes. You cannot indulge in until everyone is on that table. So we wait. Then we begin to find out bathroom was finishing up the dishes. Okay, we will wait. Or call them. No one touches that fork. It doesn't matter how much you're salivating or hungry. And when they have sat, we pray, then we eat. Then I have this colleague we are discussing, and in their home, everybody found food whenever.
You go to the kitchen, you prepare, and when you're hungry.
And when you do, you even eat it from wherever. People went to the bedrooms, to behind the house, so you never asked. When you're hungry, you ate. So now this individual was having a struggle in their home, that when they go home, the wife was like me.
We have to sit.
The wife is, we have to sit. Now for him, when he was working and he's hungry, he said, oh guys, I'm starving. He gets up, jumps on something, but it's a few minutes to lunch. And the guy is eating. Then when they are setting up the table, he's moving out. And then conflict ensued. So we have to appreciate that, yes, there will be some work, but can you accept that the work is necessary? Because it's what you need to where you're going.
You've talked about the actual work, like the actual work that is supposed to be done in order to protect our family from the one. We actually not asserting that the other one is supposed to be managed as a bad one, but also to ascertain that cleaving and living is healthy for our marriage.
Actually, can I suggest, maybe to bring clarity, maybe it could even mean how to manage myself as I get along with my in-laws, something like, so that the management is a bit clear.
It doesn't make the in-laws feel like they're
the ones
bad.
Your execution is on them.
They are very good people.
They are very good people. That brings us to the question that I want to ask next. I have learned in life that putting a fence all over anything does not mean you don't like what is outside, but it actually means you're protecting what is inside. So my question to you is, what are those healthy boundaries that you can actually put up to protect what you have inside the home, especially protecting it from your sisters, your parents?
Actually, this subject focuses protecting it from her sisters, from her brothers. The subject is very critical, though it is tough to say it that way. But we are talking about to bring clarity. I know now they are our sisters, they are now our brothers, but for the sake of the viewer, we can help to mention his sisters, her brothers, his mother, his father, her mother. So that we are people fully appreciate that we are talking about the parents and family from the other side.
Is it also not from my side?
But now, for her now, we are teaching how to live along with your people.
Even, I think it can be two ways indeed. And there are boundaries that we need to establish. Otherwise, if you keep getting influences from all directions, it won't be healthy.
Yes.
Because if we intend to take our child to a school and the mother is deciding and the father is also weighing in at an equal level, together with my parents, together with my sisters. So you find by the time I'm making the decision to take a child to the school, you have like 10 applications. It's not that they are bad, but if every decision is influenced by the external world, then you truly are not left.
Yes.
So I think one, I would say we should not advocate for closure of doors of communication.
Yes.
Because the people that we've grown up with are not necessarily bad people. They're very, very good people in very many fronts. In fact, there are areas where they're more experienced than we are. So I think what is key as we create boundaries is to allow the channels of communication, but to know that the final decision is going to be done by the two of us.
Yes.
If that is established, if we are at a good wavelength and we know that as much as your mother said this, we are going to still sit and talk through this and make our own decision, then that's a good place to be. Because I don't think it's healthy to close all the channels of communication.
Yes.
If you put the fence and then only my decisions are the ones that you follow, sometimes I am not wise and there are things that I don't know, yet your brother, your sister, your mother could know better than I do. One of the biblical examples that we have is the story of Moses and Jethro. Moses is leading the Israelites, they're in the wilderness, and he has challenges as any leader has. He has about 2 million people. Like any society of foreign people, there are going to be challenges. So Exodus 18 tells us that when they camp somewhere and Jethro visits them, in the morning he notices that Moses sits from morning to evening discussing and judging people. From small problems to the biggest or the hugest of problems. In the evening, Jethro calls him aside and says, "What are you doing? You are burdening yourself and you're also burdening the people."
Yes.
And then he tells him to create leaders of 10, hundreds, 1,000s. And he says, when issues are big, let them be escalated to you. So he creates a chain of command that allows Moses to handle the bigger issues and the lower people to do, which suited Moses's leadership lifestyle, you know. And it is perhaps the leadership style that we even have as a country, the LOC1 and on to those levels. So you can see that because Moses allowed the father-in-law, who was a priest, who was a leader, who had some experience to speak into his life, it gave him wisdom on how to handle a situation. And then Moses is the one who decided he welcomed the idea from his father-in-law, and he weighed on it. He realized it was going to sort his issues. He implemented it, and it helped. So the boundary, I would say, for me, the most important one is the idea that yes, let ideas come, but we are going to decide on them after we've weighed in together.